midnight tide where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown. On a journey, you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost with tales that chill and spirits roam. A freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Welcome to the midnight tide where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown. On a journey, you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost with tales that chill and spirits roam. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show.
Design. There we go. Take this off. Nope, I don't. Nope.
The engine is starting up.
For launch. GC, go. Guidance, go. Fido, go. Prop, go. GNC, go. Max, go. Eagle, go. Ecom,
Go pending final steps to cabin link check.
2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the Riff Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
What is up, freaks? This is Ryan.
This is Rhonda.
And how are you doing today on this lovely Goddess of Fertility Day?
Oh, well, goodness. I don't know.
That's what I said.
That now. No, I'm doing good. It's been a crazy week. I literally was answering work emails until 10 minutes ago. So it's been crazy.
Wow.
Good. But good.
It's been one of those days where it's like never ending.
Yes.
And I'm like, when is it gonna get to 9 o'clock and get the show started?
Yes.
Man, it's been a day. And of course, you know, it being Goddess of Fertility Day, you know, you think it'd be a lot more fun than it has been. It hasn't. haven't been celebrating like I should, I guess. It's also Happy Awkward Moments Day. So I guess Goddess of Fertility and awkward moments kind of go hand in hand.
Yes, they do. Yes, and I'm famous for awkward moments. And then when I have an awkward moment, you can guarantee I'm going to laugh. And then I'm not going to stop.
This show is like celebrates Awkward Moments Day every time we go on the air, I think.
Right on.
Yes, and then Nathan said it is Sloppy Joe Day.
Well, I wish I had known that because I like a sloppy Joe.
Me too. And if wasn't for the Goddess of Fertility, I can't even talk. get the words out. Goddess of Fertility Day or Awkward Moments Day, Sloppy Joe Day would have been on the list.
That's right.
Of holidays we celebrate because I love a good Sloppy Joe.
Me too.
Put a little slice of cheese on top. Oh my gosh.
I don't do the cheese. I just do it straight up.
Man, now I want a Sloppy Joe. Now I see. Now my mind's going to be on Sloppy Joes the whole time. Let's see, you got Michelle Wilfong in the house. Ashley Herndon's here. Michelle loves a Sloppy Joe. You're right. You have good taste. You have great taste. And Michelle, I loved you on the Orion Effect the other night. That was a great show.
She's
Listen
so
to
much
it while I was
fun.
at work. And she lives in a pretty messed up place.
Yeah.
Very active.
I wouldn't call it messed up. I call it interesting.
Interesting.
It's an
Interesting.
place. Hey, Paul.
Yeah. I'm excited to watch that. The next show you guys do. Were you guys gonna be investigating out there?
Yeah.
Or like they're gonna like a virtual investigation?
I think so. I think that's what Howie is gearing it towards.
Got his Mad Hatter's hat on.
Yep.
He's got a plan.
Yep.
So that's awesome. We give a shout out to Joni who does the intros on here.
I don't know if it's Joni or
whoever does the intros on here.
They're good.
They're good.
They're really good.
They are good. And I mean my little for more intro I did for our show. Like, damn, I gotta get like that. That's awesome. That is incredible.
Robert.
Frick, it's also Hot Chick Day, Ron. Is it really Hot Chick Day? It could be. That goes hand in hand with Goddess of Fertility Day. And if you've seen the statue that they had for Goddess of Fertility.
Well, isn't the Goddess of Fertility Freya? I thought it was Freya. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look it
I'm
up.
Curious.
Look it up. I'm gonna look up the. Let me see something. See, this is exciting stuff. I'm gonna show you the statue for Goddess of Fertility.
It's the Irish goddess is Brigid. And the Greek goddess is Aphrodite.
Ooh, nice. Images. Here it is. Whoop. Okay. Make it bigger. Make it bigger.
John Sullivan and Keith Ottersberg.
All right,
and Michelle, prayers to you for your nephew. Sorry to hear about his leg.
All right, here. Let's see. Here is. Whoop. That's the goddess. Let's see. Can I maybe move it down a little bit here? There it is.
Oh yeah, I've seen that statue.
Yeah, so you can see why I love that holiday. It's the most wonderful time of the year. So happy Goddess of Fertility Day.
Yep, and Sloppy Joe Day.
And Nathan keeps telling me to put down summer, and I keep telling him I make no promises. I'm not in summer yet, so I will not put down summer tonight because I am not there. But at some point, when it's August and I'm like dying of heat, I may have to say something. May have to say a few words. We can put down the pollen though.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's starting to kick up a little bit.
Yeah, I forgot to take my medicine for 2 days, and I swear I thought I had pneumonia. I was like, I called work yesterday. I'm like, I wanted to leave early. Can you leave like an hour early? Because I wasn't feeling good. And I forgot about allergies, and I thought I was actually coming down with something because there's no real difference.
Right.
You know, sore throat, stuffy head. So they were like, no, if you don't feel good, don't come in. And then like halfway through the night, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to take my allergy medicine. Took it today. I'm feeling better.
Yeah. Now's the time where you need to take that till like May.
Yes. Somebody taking a lot of elite, or not Aleve. What's that?
Allegra.
Claritin. No, Allegra. That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what I take. Allegra and Flonase. So.
Ooh, Melissa Sykes is here. What's up?
Hi, Melissa.
Welcome
and
to the
Emily
show.
Warner, she joined us.
Prayers going out to, let's see here. Okay. Nope, sorry. This one right there. Prayers going out to an old friend's family. Go in peace, Crystal. See ya. Oh, wow. Sending prayers to Crystal's family and her friends, and Crystal on her journey.
Yeah.
In the afterlife. Very, very sad. You say a few words and we get, hey, you know what? Like I said, if it wasn't so hot, I wouldn't have to complain about it. For those of you who don't know, I'm not a big fan of hot, humid weather, and I make a few comments about it in August when I'm sick of it.
Oh no, I think you started earlier than August, sir. I think it was about mid to end of June. You were like, "Oh my gosh, when's Christmas coming?"
Yeah, I'm
counting down.
I am looking for like the Reese's peanut butter cups, because usually they come out early, like they come out in July or something, and I just know I'm like, once I start seeing those pumpkins coming out, I'm like, thank God. And then pumpkin spice lattes come out, and oh my goodness, then I know it's all downhill from there. Now I got to go back up a hill again. So I know we're out here to talk about the weather. I will say I went to the circus.
I didn't even know the circus was coming. I saw your pictures.
I didn't know either until either Wednesday or Thursday. Angie told me that the circus was coming, and she was like, "Would you want to go?" I'm like, "Yeah, it would be fun." But then I got down there, got to inside about the hotel, and then Angie told me that they can't have animals in the circus anymore.
Yeah, I had heard that
because of people mistreating them and stuff like that, which is fine. I understand.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a circus without the animals. It's really wasn't more of like a gymnastics show.
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna. What they did was amazing. I mean, it was really, really cool. I mean, the flipping they did was all the stuff they did was great, but it's just you can't watch people do the same tricks over and over again to get to the big trick. And the big tricks were awesome, but they could have cut down, a lot of the middle stuff.
So was it mainly like gymnastics and clowns?
Yeah, well, they had from different countries. They had like the Asian people, and they had the people on the bikes. They had the tightrope walkers, which was like on a small section. Tightrope walkers were over here. Then they had stuff in the middle, a big like ring in the middle, and then they had something on the other side. So, I mean, it was cool. I don't know. It takes a lot of skill to do what they do.
Yeah.
But if you go there expecting one thing, if you just expect that, you'll be fine. But if you go there expecting there to be animals and stuff like that, you'll be slightly disappointed. But RJ had fun, and that's all. RJ, Kimmy, and Angie had. I mean, I had fun. I just towards the end, I was ready to go. It was a fun little vacation down to Hampton.
Very cool.
Yeah. So now people acknowledged everyone in chat so far. Courtney's in here. Michelle, Lois is in the house. So you can go ahead and tell us how to live our lives for the next week or so.
Ooh, I want to see the paranormal circus too. It's in Fredericksburg, I think.
That's in Fredericksburg. Yeah, I saw that.
That looks pretty cool too. All right, hold on. I've been over here shuffling since we've been on, and I go to get ready, and it falls all apart. Cards everywhere.
That's how the day has been for me. So I'm pouring that energy through you right now.
Okay. Let's see. All right. See, they want to go everywhere. So we're just going to pull off the top here. So we've got the Six of Pentacles. And we've got the the Empress. So, the Empress is all about, how do I want to say this? It's very much all about creating new things for yourself and going new uncharted areas, and feeling safe and feeling secure in doing such. But there is, when you're trying to make a journey of newness and things that you are kind of like, we all have our projects that are like we're incubating, if you will, and we're starting to build them and they're at infancy stage. There's a balance with that, because like a lot of things, and Pentacles is all about stability, and it's all about financial things, the tangible items and things that all cross our path. Where the Empress is very spiritual, and she's also kind of looking at like where do we want to go, and what do we need to do, and kind of looking at things, embodying somewhat of the future, if you will. But so I think what these two cards are telling us is, even when you're trying to build something, it's not always wise to go completely, and sometimes we don't have choices, but if you can avoid having the situation where, like, I've always wanted to be a yoga instructor and I'm starting to take classes on that, and then maybe jumping too soon into starting that business and not keeping your day job going, and maybe quitting your day job, that could have ramifications. So there's a delicate balance between what we want to create and what we've got going on. So it's important just not to overexert yourself. Now, I know there are situations, and there have been lots of situations I know of where, somebody's worked at a company for years. They've always wanted to do X, Y, or Z, and there's mass layoffs, and then that's what they go do, because it's kind of forced upon them. And I feel like that's more of a moment of the universe saying, I've kind of told you you needed to get out of what you're doing. Now go do what you're meant to do. But with this, I think it's good to be creating new ideas and creating little side businesses and creating new things for yourself, but don't give up on the stability of what you have until it's truly time, or that's become lucrative for you. So hopefully
Sometimes
that
it's
makes
good.
sense to someone out there.
Sometimes it's good to hit the brakes a little bit. Don't you have to rush head on. You can dip your toe in the water. You don't have to do a cannonball.
Exactly. Make sure it's what you really want to do, because sometimes, how many of us have known things like you thought you really wanted to do until you got a little bit into it, and then you're like, no.
You do a cannonball into the water, it's full of sharks.
Exactly.
You might want to jump right back out again. I'll tell you that much right now.
Exactly.
If you're bored, you have nothing else better to do, why don't you give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube? We will really appreciate
I think you should. If you're here with us.
What else you have to do? Come on. Just
come hang with us every Tuesday.
Yes, every Tuesday. We can
9 o'clock.
tell you how to live your life, tell you which holidays to celebrate.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, how many of you knew it was National Fertility Day? I mean, yeah, guys, get to work. Woo!
We can help you plan your menu.
Yes.
If you don't know what to have for dinner tomorrow night.
I wonder how many people freaks are going to have babies 9 months from now because of this show.
I was going to say, how many freaks are going to have sloppy joes for dinner tomorrow night?
Yes. Yes. Having babies while eating sloppy joes. Kinky. So what else we have going on? Let's see here. Oh yeah, Cabin Con is May 30th.
Little thing called Cabin Con.
We're going to be at the con.
We are.
Yes, we are. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, we can full of a lot of fun.
Yes, we have a lot of cool people are going to be there. I believe FPRI is going to be there. Hopefully Hill City is going to be there as well.
Yeah, they keep saying they might. I think it needs to be, we're coming.
I mean, yeah, no more. What's this might stuff? That's just.
Or try.
What we need to get is Phantom Phinders to bring their butts down to Virginia to the Cabin Con again. What else do you have to do?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, come on. That's just that easy. What else we have to do? Upbeat music. Somebody's new journey to find themselves.
I mean, I think it could be that way too.
Yeah.
That journey usually starts off a little slow and painful. So I think trying to rush, your spiritual journey could be difficult as well.
I mean, I've never heard anyone say, I mean, to rush into anything. It's always good to just, take your time with stuff.
Yeah.
You need some upbeat music.
Well, this is not music night.
No. That is the second Sunday of every month. So come back sometime in April, and we will be doing that on the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show. Let's see here. Speaking of music,
yeah,
Robert, we will do some music for you right now, but not listening to it because we'll get kicked off the air. Every week we're going to put out 3 songs because we realize that we love music. We love sharing our music with people. Once a month isn't enough. So we have a song from Howie, a song from Rhonda, and a song for myself. And we're going to have you guys put some suggestions in the chat or go to the Freakin Awesome Freakin Awesome Playlist Facebook page and suggest songs there. And then put a YouTube link so we can listen to the songs. All right. We love to hear from you. We love to hear your music, and we love to have interaction with you guys. So our songs are, the first song is from Howie. It's Don't Get Me Wrong by the Pretenders.
Okay.
Good. My song is Clubbed to Death by Rob Dugan.
Okay.
And your song is
Just Like Johnny by Red Farron.
Just Like Johnny. I heard the funniest song the other day, which could not be played today under today's circumstances.
Uh-huh.
It was by, remember that girl on MTV, Julie Brown?
Yeah. It
wasn't Downtown Julie Brown, it was the other one.
Uh-huh.
It was like, everybody run, the homecoming queen has got a gun. You heard that song?
A little bit, yeah.
I got to send you the link to it.
Yes,
the last verse of the song was like, I did it for Johnny. And she was like, who's Johnny? Oh, God. Job, who got clubbed to death? Don't get me wrong. Who got clubbed to death? That was actually on the Matrix soundtrack. It's like one of those dubstep do songs. Is really good. I feel like you need to get a glow stick. So now we are going to bring our guest Courtney Zimmer on.
Yes.
So you can ask from Phantom Phinders.
Woohoo!
Up in New York. So you can ask the question of the day.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome,
Courtney.
Hey, Courtney. Oh.
Happy Sloppy Joe Day.
Sloppy Joe Day.
Sloppy Joe is.
Goddess of fertility.
Yes. And awkward moments.
Ask a song.
I had no idea.
All right. Let's ask a question, and everybody, of course, on our panel will answer. And if you're in the chat, let us know too. My question is, what is your favorite midnight snack?
Oh, man. These are hard-hitting questions here on the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show. What do you think, Courtney? What's your favorite midnight snack?
I don't like snacks, but I'll go for a Red Bull. Usually at midnight, especially to keep us up for investigations, I'd go for a Red Bull.
Red Bull. That is good. I used to drink Red Bulls at midnight. Now, if I try that, I'd be up until probably midnight the next day if I try doing that. Oh man, my favorite midnight snack. God, that's tough. Probably say whatever I have in front of me. Probably pizza. I mean, that'd probably be, if it's there, I would eat that above anything else. So you, Rhonda?
if I'm home, then I like to just have like peanut butter and crackers, like a jar of peanut butter and some crackers. And
That's a good
if I'm
one.
investigating, I like chocolate donut holes with fluff. If you know, you know.
Yes, I know, and I know. So investigating. Okay, I've got to change. Probably chips and a Coke, which is usually what I usually have at the cabin. Is or a chips and a Coke or something, like Doritos or something like that. Bowl of lettuce and onion with a little ranch, little ranch dressing. I hear you.
Cream.
I had speech to text too, Howie. I had it so much.
I had it.
I had it. You hatful motherfucker. Rise above hat, guys. Rise above hat. Oh, Sharon loves ice cream. I can't go wrong with ice cream.
Nope. That's why I don't keep ice cream in the house, because I would go immediately for that.
Gotta get some Ben & Jerry's brownie batter ice cream. Holy crap, that's some good shit. So, Courtney, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
We are doing good. Like I said, it's been a day. It has been a day.
Yes.
My son has stayed home from school the past 2 days because it wasn't feeling good, and I'm feeling that.
Yeah, my
daughter's
daughter's
nice having
Monday the same thing, not feeling well.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. He started having a fever while we were down in Hampton, and he stayed home the past few days, and I think he's ready to go back to school. So, but yeah, it's been one of those days. How's it up in New York?
It was actually 60 degrees today. I mean, we woke up to 22 in the morning, but by the end of the day, it hit 60. So, I mean, we're getting there. The snow's melting. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Like we all feel like we're coming out of the tundra of winter. But hopefully it won't play tricks on us and just like, oh, it's spring is coming. It's like, here comes some more snow.
Right.
Yeah. We're not out of the woods yet. And
yeah.
Especially here in upstate New York. You never know.
How close are you to Hinsdale in that area?
That's about 3 hours, I think. We're hoping to get there this year, maybe next year.
Nice.
But we're up near Syracuse area, so.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. So how did you get into the paranormal? What was the path that you took to get to where you are?
Actually, my wife and I, we've always been interested in the paranormal. We watched Ghost Hunters growing up. And then my wife works with somebody that ends up paranormal investigations. And we're like, hey, can we join, see how we like it? And we decided to start a little group from there. And it's pretty much how we started, was just as a whim. Going to Split Rock Quarry actually was our first place to go to, and picked up from there. And now we're going to many locations.
That's awesome. Yeah, when I first started this journey, I was watching Ghost Adventures, and I'd be posting about it on Facebook and stuff like that. And my ex-wife's uncle saw my posts and asked if I wanted to join his team, or if we wanted to join his team. And that's how I ended up beating Howie Odell, which is the person who hats things. Mm-hmm. And I joined his team ASPS, and it kind of grew from there. And now I'm part of his podcast network, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool how you watched TV, and then you went on investigation. You decided you loved it, and you started your team and stuff. What was your first investigation? Was at the rock quarry?
The Split Rock Quarry, yes. It's pretty much an abandoned rock that you just go into. There's still a few tunnels, but not much that you can go in there. And actually, while we were there walking in, we ended up, there was this really cold spot before you walked in. It's about a mile hike in there. And, we walked past and we're like, that's kind of weird. On the way back, we stopped and, started doing an EVP session, later that day, we're listening to it and we got a response from there, and that pretty much started everything.
There you go. It's that one good solid piece of evidence and it's like you're hooked.
Yes.
It's like you don't know for sure. I mean, you watch it on TV and you're like, oh yeah, it's really cool. But once you get that first EVP yourself, that's when, all bets are off. Was there any kind of like history to the rock core that made you think that could be haunted, or is this one of those things where like, I'll just push record and see what happens?
It's actually in a lot of New York haunted history trail sites. It's in books. It used to be a TNT factory back in the day, and it ended up catching fire. And back in the day, they didn't have fire department that can get there soon enough, and it ended up blowing up, and people got trapped and passed away. And so we kind of knew going into it. Plus, it's a location that you can kind of walk up any time of day, and it's free to get into. So that was the best way to try it out.
Your TNT and fire don't really mix too well.
No, they do not.
I'm no scientist, but I do know that. Words to live by.
So how big is your team? How many people are on it?
We only have 5 people on our team.
Okay.
Which most of the locations we go to are pretty small. So 5 people is usually big enough to go to the locations around here. There's not a ton up in upstate New York, but we find some. And actually we just went on one on the 8th, so 10 days ago, which was a really small location as well. So just a few of us went. We try and get people to come with us on some of the bigger ones. Our next one's actually to Rolling Hills Asylum.
Nice.
So that one's a bigger location. So we're bringing, I think it's 10 people. So all of us with a +1.
So is there, up like where you're at, is there just not a lot of haunted locations, or is it just that the ones that are there, they're just not keen on letting you in?
A lot of the places around here are actually falling apart to the point where you'll actually get in trouble to go on there. I've tried seeing which ones you can sneak onto, and a lot of them around here are police patrolled really well. A lot of, warnings say, if you want to get trespassing and go to jail for the night, go ahead, but I don't feel like doing that.
Yeah, no.
Why are the places falling apart so much? Are they just not being preserved, or what's the?
No, nobody takes care of them. They kind of just let them fall to disrepair, and by then it's too late.
What is one of the places that you would have liked to gone to that you just weren't able to get into?
We're really trying to get into Saratoga County Homestead right now. Haunted Nights does their investigations, and from what I've heard, because we're following it to try and get in there, every day, I mean, there's no roof right now, so while you're in there, if it's raining outside, it's raining inside the location. There's no electricity, no plumbing, none of that. So that's one place that we're keeping our eye on, but it's also falling apart. And from what I hear, that every time they do try and fix things, then people go in there and graffiti it, tear it down, destroy it. So it's hard because people want to go in there and experience stuff on their own or graffiti things, but there's other people that want to just investigate it and see it come to life.
That sucks that you have people who probably don't have anything to do with the paranormal showing up and doing that stuff, but then they're like, okay, well, these people are doing this. We better not like anybody into this location because we don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Right.
And of course you can have people stay there. If you were really worried about it, you can have someone stay with the group of, but it's a good way. And it's a good way to make money. If you want to make money to preserve these locations, charge team to come out and investigate. It's free money pretty much.
Yep.
That's how it is.
Let's see.
People ruin things. People ruin all the good things. Like it's sad to say that people are the problem, but people are the problem. People who just don't have boundaries and stuff like that.
Yeah. Plus, it's out in the middle of nowhere too. So, I mean, the closest house, there's kind of one across the road where they try and keep their eye on it while Haunted Nights, which is actually in charge of fixing things up and all of that, while they're in a different state because they're not based out of New York. They're in charge of the location plus many others.
Let's see. Terry Butterweck is asking, Courtney, how did you first hear about Slippery Rock and decide to go there?
There's actually a website. It's Haunted Trails New York, and I go onto that site many times. They update it every year. You can get a free book from them, and it's actually on their website. And when you search the locations, it'll tell you if it's free to go on to the premises or you have to contact somebody to pay to get in, or some of these places you can't get in, stuff like that. So I seen that was one of the free ones. It's kind of close to home, so it's easy enough to make a quick day trip and see how it is.
Very cool.
It is snowing in Tokyo.
Snowing
Good
in
morning,
Tokyo.
Irene. Snowing here in Tokyo, and Spring decided to take a hike. Well, we'll try to send some nice weather your way here from Virginia and New York. Although, if it's aren't the seasons different? Like that side of the world, like isn't it fall there or is it spring everywhere? How's that work? Because I could have sworn
I have
no
idea.
This girl in Australia. I think when it was summer here, it was like winter there or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, you want to come down to a Paracon? Spirit Guides is looking for vendors for October 4th, Fleetwood Paracon.
That's a cool location too.
Have you ever done a Paracon or anything like that?
We have not yet. We were looking to go down to Paracon in Pennsylvania.
I mean, when is the Paracon in Pennsylvania?
Can't even think of the location. I can never remember it. It's a really big Penhurst. Yes, it is.
I mean, you want to go to Penhurst, or would you rather come to the Cabin on 360 in Virginia?
See, I've never heard of that one yet.
It's a good one.
It is haunted AF.
Sounds like it would be fun.
It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Two houses, and a Civil War battlefield.
Oh wow!
Very active location. If you look up the Cabin on 360 on TikTok, there are a bunch of like cool stuff on there. And I'm not putting, of course, Penhurst. If you can go to that, definitely go to it. But it's only $40 to get a table at the Cabin Con down here in Mechanicsville.
That's really cool. Virginia's starting to get a lot because now we'll have Cabin Con in May, and then there's the Fleetwood Paracon in October, and then Sage Paracon will be at Belgrove at the end of September. So we got 3 coming up. That's awesome.
Thank you, Irene.
Okay, same.
So now we know, and knowing is half the battle. So it is spring in Japan. Like I said, we'll try to send some good weather towards you. Get rid of that snow. What was the first EVP you captured at the quarry? Well, do you remember what it said, or was it what it was?
It was a woman's voice saying yes. We had asked a question, and we were like, "Why is there a cold spot here?" I mean, it was probably about 20 degrees colder in the area that we walked past, and we had our temperature gauges and 20 degrees colder, and we're like, "Why is this?" So we're just having a conversation while recording, and we're like, well, maybe, I think it was my wife that had said, well, maybe this is where the women would meet their husbands or boyfriends for lunch, this far out away from the factory itself. And we got a response that said, yes, in a woman's voice.
Are there any ruins or anything that like you could tell, or is it just like an open space with like a plaque?
There's a little building. You can see the 2 chutes that come up, which is where they brought buckets down, I believe, down below. And then you can walk into the tunnels and then the back opening. That's really, it's not much, but it's definitely cool to go and look at. And you can walk in the tunnels. Like every time we've been there, it's kind of been raining, dreary outside. So we're able to go into the tunnels and kind of take shelter while we're in there. But it's not very big.
If you guys are on TikTok, you can follow Courtney at CZIMMZ23 right there. And she has got some very cool pieces of evidence on her TikTok page. What has been your favorite location you've been to so far?
So far, our favorite to go back to, what we get for evidence, has been Herkimer County Historical Society. We've been there a few times. It's the Haunted Four Corners. But the only 2 places you can actually get into is the Suter House, and then diagonal from that is the old 1834 jail. So we've been to both. This year we did go back, and the person that I work with at the Suter, right next door, there's also the Eckler building. She had asked us if we could investigate the Eckler and the Suter as well. And we did just do that. The problem with there is they don't ever want to interact with us at the time. So we like to set up cameras, voice recorders, and kind of just leave it and go to a different area. And that's when we seem to catch everything.
You said that's an area that's not investigated a lot?
The Eckler is not, no. And we actually did catch something falling. It looks like behind a chair, which then pushed something over in the chair, which I think is a cushion. We did catch that on camera. That was about the only thing we caught in the Eckler. But that was still really cool because we were in another part of the upstairs and we heard this crash and we all looked, what was that? And I went and looked. I didn't see anything. It wasn't until later when I was doing the evidence that I seen that fall.
Man, I thought that was cool when you saw that happen. Let's see. Irene says, we do a Paracon here. Me and my co-host will be the only ones who would show up because paranormal is a no-no in Japan. We tried not to be obvious about what we do and don't dare tell anyone what I do or I will be in the loony bin. I'm kind of surprised at that because I've always thought of like Japan and places like that as being like very, spiritual.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And you watch these like paranormal like evidence shows like Nuke's Top 5 or things like that. And the stuff they get out of Japan and that area, some messed up stuff happens in Japan. There are a ton of like abandoned schools apparently out there because like every time I turn something like that on, it's like these people went into an abandoned school and saw like this terrifying ghost.
Wow,
it's freaky. I would not want to investigate.
That's interesting. It must be, and it must be because in general the people think it's spiritual activity is maybe bad or they're more fearful of it. I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's
crazy that it's still like that in some areas though.
It's still like that around here too. Like
we did
there and down here. There are places that won't let you investigate because there's a stigma attached to it. It's getting better, but it's still there, which sucks. But hopefully, we'll be able to get past that and just trying to figure out what comes next. Even then, even that you're not gonna get that answer. When you investigate, what do you enjoy the most about why do you investigate the paranormal? What drives you when you go on investigation, knowing that you might not get anything at all?
Right. Just going there, honestly, the 5 of us, the connection that we have. We're all friends. We enjoy spending time with each other, the laughs, and we always post bloopers from our investigations. So pretty much, the things that you didn't think was caught on camera or you didn't realize was on camera. So, I mean, even if we don't go to a location and catch anything paranormally active, we still have fun hanging out together. And usually there's always at least one blooper out of everything.
I agree with that. And I think it's important that you are indeed friends with whoever's in your group, because we generally, as we say, spend more time just sitting there than anything else.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to make it fun.
It's not like you have plates thrown at you every time you walk in the door.
Yeah, nothing like that.
Most of the time, you get the stuff after you leave. Yes. Like what happened with you in the chair.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's do you think that was your best piece of evidence?
I think the best piece of evidence that we caught, I know towards the beginning of the year, I did a top 5 from 2024 at Herkimer County Historical Society. We were there and we're standing around in a hallway asking questions, and we heard the loudest disembodied scream, and all of us just stopped and we all looked outside. There was nobody outside. This is like 11:30 at night. That's probably our best evidence. And then also at the Shanley Hotels in Napanoch, New York, while we were in a different part of the area, we got an EVP that sounds like a parrot and also says call 911 right after the parrot noise. So that was a little odd. So I'd say those are our top 2 best evidence that we've caught.
A lot of people have been talking about it recently on a couple of the podcasts that I listened to. Have you guys experienced like the disappearing evidence? There's been a lot of groups been kind of talking about, well, they'll get something on recording, like they listen to it back, they hear it, but when they go to listen to it later, it's not there anymore.
No, we haven't done that. A lot of our stuff we don't review at the time. So a lot of people do EVP sessions and, play it back and listen to it that way. I think that's a waste of time, especially since we're usually only at a location for 3, 4, 5 hours. So we want to get the most out of it. So we just record everything. And then when we get back home, that's when we review everything. We have noticed that cameras have been shut off that we can see while we're there recording still. But when we get home, there's nothing recorded. Or one of the locations we actually had, it was recording. I checked it myself and it was recording. It ended up stopping and then starting later back up that night with nobody touching it. Wow. So that was a little odd.
Yeah,
how do you explain that? Gettysburg. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go. Have you been to the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash?
That's I have not. We have not made it out of New York State yet.
Well, there you go. There's one that's close.
Big old world out there for you. There's plenty of what kind of what kind of history is up there, as far as is it most like in asylums, or is it like maybe battlefields? What kind of stuff are we looking at up near where you live?
We have a lot of underground railroads that went right through. We also do have in Oswego, which is probably about 40 minutes from us, there is a battlefield. It's actually a Fort Ontario. There was battles there. They also held refugees there. So there's definitely both of those. There's the one asylum, homestead. We're trying to broaden out on each location, what type of locations we've been to this year. That is our goal for this year, is broadening what type of locations we go to.
That's always good. Variety is always a good thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure. What is something you don't like about investigating? It's not all good.
It isn't all good. What I don't like. That's a hard question. I'd have to say when everybody makes me go check everything.
Like the Aaron. Like the Aaron
Yes,
of,
exactly.
the
I'm the
team.
daredevil,
Send
I'll
Courtney
go
in
do
there.
anything. Yep. Oh, there was this noise. Hey, you go do this. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I do it, but
We'll lock you in there while you're at, just to make sure. No
exactly.
flashlight. Just go ahead. You'll be fine.
Yep.
Oh.
So are you limited being up where you're at? I'm assuming it sounds like a lot of what you guys do is outside, like, the trails and stuff. So, I mean, you kind of have like an investigation window, or do y'all brave it out in the snow?
We do take a break, and then we try finding locations that are inside that have heat. We usually take a break, I'd say December to March, unless we can find a location that's heated. So we do try to take a break just so we can each have our own break, family time, and hang out as friends and not just paranormal investigations.
Yeah.
During that time, kind of catch up on everything that we may have missed doing investigations and stuff like that. So the weather definitely does limit a lot. Especially with the snowstorms, you never know what's going to go on. So we try and stay closer to home for those months.
Let's see. Courtney,
Oh.
you have a relative that owned a home that was part of the Underground Railroad.
Ooh,
We'll have to see if we can find out more.
that's cool.
There you go, Courtney.
I do know that there's one liquor store up in Mexico. It was family owned. I did work there at some point. My father still owns it, and he would always tell me that there was the wall blocked off, but the Underground Railroad ran through it. And then we have investigated. It's the Star Clark Tin Shop. It's 2 houses down from the liquor store, and there is also, it's walled up, but it was part of the railroad. You can see on both sides of the basement coming in and going out. So it runs right through the town of Mexico, which is where I grew up.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Let's get my brain going of just how much is probably actually there with that Underground Railroad.
There's so much about New York that you just don't know about, because you think about New York City, and you think, well, that's it. Outside of that, you're like, I don't know anything about New York. But there's so much history up there. And the fact that you're not allowed to explore or not allowed to get into these places to tell the stories, because pretty soon they're going to be lost, and it's just going to be like an empty space. So this is where this building used to be.
Yep.
It's very sad.
Yes, it is. I know a lot of people, you say you're from New York, and they're like, New York City? It's like, no, there's more to New York than New York City.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just what people automatically think of when they think of New York. But we've got the folks from Wildwood Sanitarium coming on the show next week.
Yeah.
How far is that from where you live?
That's probably 4 hours away. I believe I did look it up. That was one of the places I was searching to see about getting into and going from there. I know it was quite the distance for us to go. A lot of the places we go to we drive down and we come back the same night.
Yeah.
So we also have to keep that in mind when we go to these locations.
Yeah, it's not easy, because you gotta drive all the way down there. You got to have a place to stay, or stay there and drive all the way back.
Yep.
4 hours after being up all night investigating.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not ideal.
No, we try and stay in the 8-hour range. So that takes into account investigating, also setting up, breaking down, and the drive to and back. That's where we try and stay. So usually 2 hours away is where we like to stay within. That's kind of difficult where we are.
Yeah, especially when so many places aren't letting you investigate. You've got to have repeat investigations, or you won't be investigating anything at all. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of places over near Buffalo, Rochester area, but those are all 2-3 hours away to get to. Binghamton is an hour and a half away. That's close to the PA New York border. So I mean, we've looked into going there. So it's pretty far to get to a lot of places around here.
My aunt Terry says the home is in Meridian, New York. Ask Aunt Terry. So next time you call Aunt Terry, ask her about that for me, okay?
Definitely will.
Thank you. Let me know. I want a full
let us
report.
know what you find out.
Yeah. Yes,
I will.
that's right. And tell Aunt Terry we said hi, please. We haven't talked to her in forever.
That's
All right?
actually her.
There you go. Well, hey. There you
Hey,
go.
Aunt Terry.
Hey, Aunt Terry. We miss you.
All the
Let's
way
see
from
here.
Texas.
Man.
Wow.
She's from Texas?
Ooh,
Nice.
Texas. See, you need to go visit your aunt and hit up some places in Texas.
Hey,
Yeah.
she's already told us there's many haunted locations down there.
There's that one house that was the Hill House or something down in Texas that was pretty messed up. Let's see here. What does it say? Courtney Crescent Sanitarium. No, okay. Not Courtney Crescent. I was like, that's weird. Crescent Sanatorium, Pennsylvania is a huge, awesome paranormal location, huge, awesome active location. So Crescent Sanatorium in Pennsylvania is awesome. Yes. You suggest do Wildwood and Hinsdale together. Get an Airbnb cheaper for a team.
We have looked into getting Airbnbs. When we were looking at the Hinsdale, also Saratoga County Homestead, we were looking at getting an Airbnb to stay, overnight, or for the people in our team that don't want to spend the night in a haunted location.
Yeah, there's that too, right?
Yes.
I've learned once I'm tired, it doesn't matter.
I know when I go investigate, they're like, we're going to spend the night here. And I never sleep. It's just stay up and investigate because of the energy. Once you leave and then you start calming down. That's the thing. That's when you talk about driving, you get there, you're investigating, you're super excited, you're drinking all the caffeine, you're still pumped up, you're taking everything down, you start driving. About the 2-hour mark, you'll hit you like a ton of bricks. You're like,
yes,
just a zombie trying to make your way home.
I tell you what, it takes me a long time. I don't know about you, Courtney, but it takes me a while to unwind after an investigation.
Usually the drive home is my unwind.
Yeah.
It's usually very, very silent because I'm usually the driver to most locations. So usually have a car full of sleeping people or very quiet people.
Like if it's slow, like we doing like a public investigation at the cabin or something, it is just nothing going on, especially like 2 o'clock in the morning and everything is just really quiet. I'll be super tired, like on the verge of falling asleep. But then when I get home, wide awake for some reason.
If we've had an active night, like, because one of our locations is an hour away that we go to all the time. And you would think that hour drive home, I'd start unwinding. But if it's been active, I find I lay in bed and my brain is just going, replaying everything that happened and everything we saw. And so I really do, especially if it's active, have a hard time bringing it down a notch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that hour drive from what is it? You're talking about Belle Grove.
Yeah,
it's a long, just straight down 30. It's a straight shot down the road. It can get tiring if you're not in that right mindset. Drinking coffee or something.
Yeah, that's why you have to have caffeine and your music pretty loud.
Yes. But then I started thinking, man, if I drink this, like Coke or whatever, am I gonna be able to fall asleep when I get home? Probably not. So it is. It's just the price you pay.
Yeah, I know when we ended up going down to the Shanley, I ended up working a half day, so I went into work at 8. I left there, I think, around noon, 1 o'clock. It was a 3.5 hour drive down to Napanock. And then we started the investigation that night, ended up going to bed, laying in our rooms at 3:30 in the morning. And then we were back up at 6 o'clock with another 3.5 hour drive home. And it's rough.
How are you the night before an investigation? Do you have an easy time falling asleep?
Yeah. I mean, I usually charge my stuff the night before, so I'm always kind of preparing. So I don't know if that helps with anything, being able to settle down the night before. Okay, I have everything set now. So then tomorrow there's not a lot of rushing around, but sleep fine the night before. Never nervous, anything like that.
I think for me, I always think about it too much because I know I'm going to be up all night the next day, and that keeps me awake because it's just like, man, I got to get to sleep. And then, like, I don't know, maybe an hour later, I'll fall asleep eventually. But I always have a hard time calming the nerves down before a big investigation.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, we are coming towards the end of the show. Hope it wasn't too painful for you.
No.
Hope you had a good time.
Yes, I had a good time.
Good.
Awesome.
And we met Aunt Terry, so now we have another friend.
I mean, when we can meet Aunt Terry and celebrate Awkward Moments Day, it's been a good day.
It has been a good day.
It's been a good day. We'll have to. You know what we're gonna do? We are going to. I'm gonna do this right now because I want to do a show with you back here, but I want to do a reaction show because I want you to show off your evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's so much.
Involve the chat and see what they're seeing. Yes.
So, how about September 2nd?
Can do that. I'll write it down.
Back on the show, and we will do a reaction show, and we'll react to your evidence. You can tell us what happened in particular thing, and send us your best. How many pieces do you think? 10?
Yeah.
10 pieces of evidence that you have. Because I know you have a lot, because I've looked at your TikTok page. And we will do a reaction show.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Especially with the investigations we have coming up. And we'll definitely find 10 of the best. It'll be the end of the summer. It'll be in September, so I'll be in a good mood. Drinking my pumpkin spice latte. So I will be bitching about something. I may still be bitching about the heat, but
no.
Giving you a warning ahead of time. So how can people get in touch with you or see what you are up to? I'm on Facebook. We have a Facebook group and a Facebook page. We're also on Instagram newly and also TikTok, which looks like most of our followers are on TikTok and then also on Facebook. So Instagram, we're still kind of getting there. That's new within the last few months. And if anybody ever wants to reach out to us, we do have an email as well. LinkedIn is on all of our group pages, so you can click on that. There's contact information and then all of our pages. Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show, and hopefully we'll be able to get you down here in Virginia at some point to do some investigating. Yeah, definitely. We'll have to venture out in New York.
Yeah, that too.
Definitely. All right. Have a great night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. I'm glad you had fun. Yes.
Get us on your calendar, September 2nd.
September 2nd it is.
Yes. We'll see you then. All right. See you then. Bye. Bye. That was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. It was good.
Yeah.
We had a good time. Man, I had so much weird energy today. Like, I don't know, just like super excited for some reason. Usually I calm down a little bit before the show starts. And I didn't even drink, I drank decaf
Yeah.
coffee.
Well, I've stopped drinking caffeine after like 3 or 4 o'clock because it's been affecting my sleep. And so I've been drinking decaf, but it's been weird. It's like it feels like an anxious feeling. And I've had it for the last 2 days where my like anxiety's been a little high, but for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Right? Yeah, me too. That's what is anxiety.
Yeah.
Because I'm usually anxious before the show starts because of, just get nervous energy, get excited for the show to start.
Yeah.
But today it's just that it never really went away.
Yeah.
It's just like waiting for it to calm down, drinking my melatonin tea. Nothing. Nothing. Man. So, well, that was fun, guys. Thank you, everyone, for in the chat for hanging out with us. Thank you, everyone. We'll have to look forward. Maybe try to get a table at Fleetwood.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Paracon.
He just said the longest was 4-hour drive to Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, overnight investigation, and 4 hours home. I'm going to Trans-Allegheny for the first time in November. We are so excited. We are so excited.
My longest would probably driving 3 hours to St. Albans and then driving 3.5 hours back, which is close to 4 hours.
Yep.
As
long as you got somebody riding with you, that helps.
Yeah, I had a riding buddy with me that time, so that helped. But most time it's good to either listen to music or I'll listen to podcasts. If it gets you focused on something, it makes the time go by faster. I think when I'm not thinking about, because when song ends, I kind of notice it the time more than if I'm just listening to someone talk for 3 hours or whatever.
Yep.
6 hours. I could not drive 6 hours and drive 6 hours back. I couldn't do it.
Nope. I'd have to sleep somewhere even for a couple of hours. Sometimes all you need is a good 2 or 3 hours and you're good to go.
They're going
to. Cool. Y'all are going in April.
April 12th.
Yeah, we're going. It's beginning of November, right in the beginning of November.
Nice.
I'm excited.
Nice. Well, guys, we're going to do what we should have done 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Next week, and we're going to have Wildwood Sanitarium, Brooke and what's the guy's name? Zachary, I think, maybe. Let me look back. I think it's Zachary. Oh. Yeah. Brooke and Zachary Prizital, something. One of those. Where's that mouse? There it is. Hang on. I want to make sure that it's the right name. So I got my little thing here. Let's see here. Here we go. Open it up. Brooke and Zachary Prizital, who we actually met at
Fleetwood Paracon.
And hopefully we'll see them again in October.
Yes.
So we may have Helena King as our guest host.
That would be fun if she can join us.
It would be fun. But she lives in England, so
Yeah,
that's
it's like 3 in the morning there now.
3 o'clock in the morning, yeah. So it's really depends on how she's feeling. But she hasn't been feeling well lately, so we'll have to see how it goes. But we're looking forward to talking about Wildwood Sanitarium next week. And let's see who we have coming up in the next few weeks here. Wildwood Sanitarium. April 1st, the week after, we have Daniel Benoit talk about some Bigfoot.
Nice.
And let's see here. My page to come apart here. April 8th, GHOST Paranormal. And then April 15th, we have Shirley Ann Spencer. I believe it's from, I think that she's from Spirit Guides Paranormal as well.
Nice.
So,
Fun.
and then April 22nd, Ethereal Voices of the Paranormal.
Okay, awesome.
Or EVP.
Or EVP.
So, looking forward to it. A lot of cool guests coming up here. What do you guys have coming up on the Orion Effect next week?
We have Andy Andrews on next week.
Nice.
He's doing the tours in Gettysburg, so that'll be a lot of fun. Plus, he's a friend. So.
Fun stuff. Well, Rhonda.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Happy Goddess of Fertility Day.
Happy Sloppy Joe Day.
Yes. Yes. That's what makes me think fertility like Sloppy Joes. Yeah.
Well, depending on how you look at it.
That's right.
But we'll just go with the awkward moment day.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You
Yes.
I
can make a Sloppy Joe awkward moment comment right about now. But I'm going to end the show before I do that. Guys, thank you so much. We'll be back here next week with the owners of Wildwood Sanitarium. Same freaking awesome time.
Same freaking awesome show.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.